Hey YouTube, this is Tech Savvy Solution here, and I'm here doing a video review on the Droid 3. So, I don't know, let's just get started then. So let's look at the general specs first. We're looking at a 124mm by 64mm by only 13mm inch thick phone. So yes, it's pretty tall, and it's not exactly like the skinniest phone out there, but because of the 13mm thickness, and that's pretty thin for a slide out QWERTY, you won't be feeling too bad of an effect in your pocket. So it's definitely a portable phone, but it's not going to be one of your mini phones that you're looking for out there. Fits well in the hand. It's sturdy, and you'll notice that particularly when you open up the hinge, you have to slide by yourself. It's not spring-loaded, but when you slide it up, you really feel the sturdiness of the phone. There's no play whatsoever. It's very solidly built. Good materials by Motorola. And it's great. It is a little on the heavy side at 167 grams, but like I said, it's sturdy and it's well built. I think that's all I really want in my phone, so you probably would too. Moving on to the screen, we have a 4-inch display over here, and that displays at QHD, which is 540 by 960 pixels, and that's a lot of pixels to fit in your screen. It's about the same density as if the density of pixels, or pixels per area, that you would find if you had like WVGA on a 3.5 or 3.7 inch screen. It's pretty good. Doesn't really quite compare to the iPhone, which has about, I believe it's like 321 pixels per inch, if you want to get technical. But yeah, it's pretty good, and you're not going to be staring at pixels all day, so I don't see why pixel density would matter. One thing I would want to point out, if you were that concerned about pixel density, is that Motorola uses the same type of pixel matrix as, let's say, a Samsung Galaxy S, if you've ever owned one before. Not the S2, but the regular S. I'm just going to show you something I pulled up on my laptop right here. So we're looking at the difference between the Pentile matrix that Samsung Galaxy S uses and the Super AMOLED Plus with a regular matrix that's found in normal LCD phones, or LCD screens, that is. So if you look at the Super AMOLED Plus up here, the pixels are arranged in a nice, neat, compact order with slim rectangles, whereas on the bottom, the Pentile matrix, we have, the slim rectangles over here in the green, but the red and the blue pixels, subpixels, are like fatter, and it's not as compact because they're just, it's not orderly like that one, But anyways, the effect of such pixels is that if you were to, I want to like pull up a web page, but if you were to look really closely at a single letter or a single part of your phone, like, or a single pixel, you'll notice like a slight gap. Samsung Galaxy S owners will know what I'm talking about, as well as Nexus S owners, because they use the same type of matrix. But there's like a slight gap between each pixel. It's very subtle, especially on a QHD screen, but it's there. Anyways, for those who aren't really concerned about pixel density and pixel matrices, I'm gonna be moving on. So in terms of your memory, you have 16 gigs on board in terms of storing stuff, apps, music, games, etc. In terms of RAM, we have 512 megabytes, which is more than enough just to get through the day. Do notice, I'm going to clear notifications, but I'm going to start task manager. Task panel right here. We can see that if we kill normal tasks, this is with all the bloatware, we're getting at about 194.54 megabytes of free RAM. I mean, I've gotten more in the Sony Xperia Play. I got like around 275 megabytes free for the Sony Xperia Play when you clear everything, but I don't really notice the lag at all. That's partially due to the fact that it has a dual-core processor, 1 gigahertz on each core. So you're definitely going to be having a speedy phone on your hands. You can load up web pages and like flash heavy content, things that require a lot of memory and processing power and games and stuff, quite easily on this phone because it's dual core. In terms of the 16 gig storage, if you ever wanted more, you can always expand via micro SD card. And you can find that on the back when you pry back open. Notice it's right here. Do want to note it's hot swappable, which means you can just take it out, put it back in, do whatever you want with it, and not have to take out the battery. Some phones have it beneath the battery, and we're like, oh, pain in the butt, because you have to take out the battery. But hey, you don't need to. It's right here. Same goes for your SIM card, if you so choose to use it overseas. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't think I got to that point, but basically, if you're a Verizon owner and you want to go overseas where there are only GSM networks available for your phone, you can go ahead and ask your Verizon carrier to unlock it for you, or you can go to a third-party unlocker and just unlock the phone, and you could use it in pretty much any GSM network. And that goes for people like me who are on AT&T or T-Mobile and want to use a Verizon phone instead of AT&T or T-Mobile phones. At any rate, let's move on to the camera. And I'm just going to open up the application. You can see back here it says, ooh, HD video 1080p 8 megapixel camera. That's true. Why wouldn't it be? And here's a flash. It's not like a dual LED flash, but it does get the job done. I'm going to do like a slight amateur demonstration of the camera and just take you through the interface of it. Okay, so instead of just taking a picture of nothing, let's go ahead and, I don't know if you can see, but here are my headphones. I'm probably going to do a review on them soon. They're iFrog's headphones. Anyways, so you'll notice that it's blurry at first, but then if you tap the focus, it'll zoom in. You can drag the focus. It'll focus in any particular part of the scene that you want to focus on. Yeah, my camera kind of sucks, the one I'm recording it with right now, but it really does a good job of focusing on an individual part of the picture that you want to focus in. Right now it's kind of, there we go, come on. Anyways, sometimes it gets the job done, and sometimes it's not the best of focusing. But anyways, you can do that. And this is probably not the best example anyways. At any rate, when I tested it, it works fine. So down here we have all our options. You can go for even more options with the settings. Video resolution. We have a choice between anything from QVGA to high definition, 720p and 1080p. We can change storage locations and stuff. We have the effects. Solarize. That was pretty cool. Blue tint. I noticed that, speaking of blue tint, that all the photos I take tend to have a cool tint to it. Not necessarily a blue tint, but just overall cool image quality. And cool as in like the color quality cool, not like it's cool, because I don't think it's that cool. Okay, so you also have a panorama mode. If you wanted to just like snap, and you have like a really wide picture at the end, if you don't know what panorama is. You can also adjust the brightness, although it's not the best thing that you want to use when you're adjusting, because then the pixels get all grainy and image quality is fuzzy. And it says flash adjustment not available in this capture mode. Alright, anyways, we do have a front-facing camera in addition to this. So, yeah, if you want to take pictures with your friends and you don't want to like flip over to the back of the camera, back of the phone and be like, hey, cheese, and you don't know where to look, even though there is a mirror, a little mirror over there, then you can use a front-facing camera, which is great. So in terms of video capture, you already saw the options for that, but yeah, same options below. And you can probably turn on the flash in this mode, yes. Alright, it's pretty bright. Oh my god, yeah. And you can also choose for the microphone like different settings for it. So it's great if you're really picky about your audio quality, then you can change it there. You also have movie modes, so normal video or video message. And of course your effects and then your settings as usual. And up here you have access to your gallery. The picture shown here is the latest picture that you took. And I was at Baker Square and I got a pie with my friends. And it was nice, so I took a picture of it. Okay, so let's go home and move on to the rest of the phone, because this phone isn't all about the camera. So on board, this comes with Gingerbread 2.3 for Android. And yes, it looks kind of like, yeah, I'm using like a Windows phone, but it's just the launcher. I mean, because of the poor battery life, which I'll get to in a moment, I didn't want to use a launcher that took up a lot of resources, so I just, use this one. And it's nice. So yeah, in terms of the battery, it's not the best. And I would recommend getting an extend battery, or, if you have a charger handy, just carry it with you. Or even a replacement battery in your pocket or something. If you're a heavy user, then you're not going to get through the day with this thing. However, if you're a light user like me, and you just like check the occasional email, or search something occasionally, make like one phone call in a day, then yeah, you'll get through the day without a charge. But otherwise, you might want an extended battery. Fortunately, because of the slim profile at only 13 millimeters, if you get an extended battery that does protrude out a little bit, you won't really notice. And I know this guy or I don't know him personally, but the guy from Android, or from PhoneDog.com, I believe, he used an extended battery, and he passed this out to his friends and see if they notice a difference between the regular Droid 3 without the extended battery and the one that had the battery that protruded out a bit. And they couldn't notice a difference. That's good news. If you ever want more battery life, that's what you can do. So I know you guys all want to see the messaging capabilities and experience of this phone, so I'm going to go ahead and give that to you right now. So let's go ahead and open up a text message. We go and add a new one, and we tap on this right here. It'll say, hey, we don't have a suggestion for you yet just because you haven't been using this phone that often. So if you do use this phone more often for messaging, I haven't because I have a different phone than I use it for, it'll over time accumulate, hey, you've been text messaging this person more often. I'm going to suggest that you type a message to that person then. Like, it's like a quick shortcut for people, for recent contacts and such. So that's pretty useful. If we go ahead and compose a message, hello, it's, okay, and then it's tech savvy solution here, and I am doing a video review on the Droid 3. It's great. And if you notice that when I typed the 3, I just went up to the next row of the QWERTY keyboard. It's a 5-row keyboard, and it's right there. I won't have to do like Alt something like I had to do with this mark right here, apostrophe. So it's great. If you notice, because you have an extra row, you're not going to be bumping with the screen when you're typing on the top row of your QWERTY. On a normal 4-row QWERTY keyboard, that's usually a problem. But even when you're typing numbers up here, it's, yeah, you don't really bump into the screen. It's not that apparent, and you don't type numbers that often anyways. So if we look for like different options, we can go to input method, and this phone comes with a multi-touch keyboard, just the regular Android keyboard. I don't even think if it's a Android keyboard. I think it's just Motorola's keyboard, or it could be a Motorola skin over the Gingerbread keyboard. Probably is, just because it has the marker from Gingerbread. But anyways, so we have this, and even in portrait mode, because of the 4-inch screen, it's relatively easy to type on. So I can just like, hello, oops, hello, oops, okay, hello, let's try it again. My name, definitely not as easy as the physical QWERTY, but my name is Techno Savvy Solution. Yeah, definitely slower. But if you're just gonna like, if you just want to search really quickly and just type in like one word like hat, it gets the job done. You also have the option of putting it in landscape mode. Oh yeah, landscape mode. And you're good to go, just because of the screen real estate over here. What you can also do is switch to swipe. And it's the same like type of Motorola white interface. You can go like, hi, I don't know if they know tech savvy solution yet, probably not. Yeah, they don't. You can add that to the dictionary. I'm not registration, but you get the point. And you can also have swipe in landscape mode, and that is even cooler. Hi, I'm even cooler with swipe in landscape mode. No, not move. Mode. Yeah. So we're done. That is the messaging experience of the Droid 3. So you might want to see like some web pages. So I'm gonna pull them up. Just gotta make sure. I'm gonna be using the Dolphin browser. So let's see. We can type in Engadget. Okay. And then we can go ahead and load up the desktop version of this. Alright, so you see it automatically loads up in a bird's eye view versus zoomed in. Some phones do it zoomed in and it's like weird. But it's just like looking at it from your desktop. If you were to put it in like landscape mode, definitely. It's great. So we can do pinch to zoom. I'm using the Dolphin browser, by the way. But here pinch to zoom is really quick. I like how when you pinch to zoom you can still move around while you're doing it. It's not as fluid in my opinion as like say that of an iPhone, but it's definitely usable and it's pretty smooth as it is. You notice even when scrolling and everything, it's great. And it does support Flash, so I'm gonna see if I could play a video from here. What about this one? Oh, just disappears? Interesting. Oh, no. Alright, so it's loading right now. Probably put this in landscape mode. And see how quick it changes from portrait to landscape. It's really quite nice. Okay. So it's acting up just a bit. But let's go ahead and press play.
This is Cheryl. This is her 4-year-old computer.
Oh no.
She doesn't think she needs to update, so to show her what she's missing, we built a PC store in her house.
Oh my gosh!
What do you say we go shopping?
This one's very cool.
No.
Where's the tower for this?
Everything is right here.
Oh,
There we go.
stop.
Flip that screen around.
Very lightweight.
500 gigabyte hard drive.
I like the DVR thing.
And you do experience a bit of lag. Or maybe that was just an ad. But anyways, video overall plays smoothly when you're viewing it from the Flash browser.
Earlier this week. So this is just a prototype that we have here. It's not a final production version. There's a built-in flash, pop-up flash rather, that's not working on this version.
You can still view the rest of the webpage as the video is playing.
We'll have
That's pretty cool.
a final model to play with.
See how this
This is
zooming
kind of
and
a
everything
little
is.
sibling to the X100, which we have over there. That's
And you'll notice
X100.
because of the QHD screen,
To focus a bit.
very nice resolution.
Both cameras have about a 12 megapixel sensor, so this is 12 megapixels, the other is 12.3, but this camera has a 2
Oh, okay.
inch sensor, while the
And then in
other
order
is
to pause it, we have to
APS-C, so
zoom
you'll
in
definitely
and
get better quality
press
images
pause
from
over
the
here.
X100.
And you can't
The
even do
major
that.
difference
It's
is
weird.
price, of course. You'll spend
At any
about
rate,
twice as
you'll
much.
notice that yes, it plays video and does its
Pixels, so you can
job,
have a 6
but
megapixels image instead of a
it's definitely not something you want to use to view videos. You're gonna have to go to like the YouTube app and view videos there. And the YouTube app, speaking of which, is just the regular one that comes with the Android or with the Android operating system. So it's nothing special. But yeah, it's nice. Okay. In terms of the Gmail, you're gonna get the same. Let's see if I can open up. Alright, so here's my tech-savvy solution Gmail account. You're gonna get the same Gmail that comes with every phone. It's not much else to say about that. You'll notice that with Motorola, they have this sort of like blue overlay, and that's more apparent when you have the stock launcher on here. It's like how it's like how Samsung Galaxy S, they have their own color scheme going on. Well, so does Motorola. So if you're into blue, then yay. My favorite color is blue, so I like it. At any rate, this is about a pretty in-depth look of this phone. I didn't do any size comparisons, so I don't know how useful they are to people who are watching, but for people that do care about my size comparisons, I'm gonna really quickly compare the thickness to that of a pack of gum. I have 5 gum with me right here, and they're both about the same thickness. See, I told you they were relevant. Yeah, but the height is obviously, this is obviously taller. Okay, so that about wraps it up for the Droid 3. My last comments and my last opinions on this is that it is a very good phone. It is sturdy, for one. It has your 5-row QWERTY keyboard, for 2. And it can be used on either the CDMA or GSM network, for 3. It has QHD resolution and a 4-inch screen. Yeah. And it's also very thin. Those are the pros. I like this phone because of that. Well, in terms of like the cons or the disadvantages of this phone, 1, it's the battery life, and 2, the camera quality isn't exactly the greatest. The autofocus, meh. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But overall, it's great. And if you're into front-facing video cameras, there's one on this phone. That's like a must for me, so I want to point it out. But overall, if you're looking for a sturdy phone that's just gonna get you from day to day, get this phone and an extended battery and you're good to go. So post your opinions, rate, comment, and everything else on the comment section below. Or on my profile. If you want to suggest the next phone that you want me to review, then yeah, have at it, and just let me know. But if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and rate, comment, and subscribe as usual. And I'll see you guys later on the next video review or tutorial.